All reactions are on Patreon, or if you want, you can pull up your copy of episode 4 of season 5 of Sailor Moon, Night of Destiny, the Sailor Guardians Ordeals, and press play on it when I press play when the timer reaches 0. Maybe this ends up being... Oh no, I was thinking like that one episode of My Little Pony where they got their personalities swapped, but not really. Rather, I don't expect it to be that way. Wrong word for ordeals. I think this show ran for, what, 5-6 years? So it's not as long as you'd think for this many episodes. We've swapped out our next time on this episode with on last episode. But with the power of friendship, you can do anything, even walk into a mirror. Ow. Ow. The future is changing. This never happened. Theoretically. Hey! Regular personality, I think. That confirms that the baddie is time traveling. Probably. Literally not a concern once in such a long time. Well, it'll actually be pretty irritating now if we find out that it's not a time-traveling villain. Because this is stupid. If so. But I'm gonna assume I'm right. I think it tells us a little bit more than that. I hope. Well, no shit, it's a trap. But what is she supposed to do? but she's the one with the bigger attack. Dumbasses? Concurred on both fronts. Like, I'm not saying it's not dangerous, but she actually has to go. She's the one with the bigger laser beam. Or even that it's gonna be easy if she does go. Well, don't transform now. Okay, okay. Wait, you have to do all the posing to transform? I figured that was just a stylistic choice on most of their parts. And I look real stupid right here. You're slightly too chill. Besides which, I'd die anyway if this goes bad, so I might as well go. Die, never have existed. Same difference. Yeah, I do think at this point, Nihilini is just a distraction for whatever is gonna be happening soon enough. I love if Sailor Saturn was just like, I don't actually care that much. I don't know all of you all that well. They never give you guys anything meaningful to do. It's so lame. I may have made an error in judgment. Well, that's independent of the fact that she's great. Well, that's not been her experience. I haven't given a speech yet. I'd say she's done a fair bit more suffering than it being cold outside. Not to say she'll be happy about this. Obviously, the bigger suffering is not being able to get to Mamoru. Really is some evil queen nonsense right here. Are you actually gonna give her a fair chance if she gets here? Yeah. Wow, I made this glass really good. This was supposed to break. Wow, that's some sturdy stuff. I'm like half god. Whoa, this cup is amazing, guys. Let's put aside this whole I'm evil thing. Look at this. You try to break it. Okay, well, no, we're not sure if the cup broke. It's just the mirror. The mirror broke the cup. That is a very powerful cup. Oh, this is gonna hurt, guys. Oh. Ooh, I like the different pairings we haven't seen before. Well, we haven't really seen those two a lot together. Those are probably the least uncommon pairing we just got. You were with Ami, right? Nope, I think. It is her, right? But she's standing. Okay, she was kind of standing in a weird way. Is that like a double? Are they tricking us? No, probably not. Okay. I was just being paranoid. So these are your ordeals. So I wonder if it's just happenstance or if it'll actually play to your strengths and weaknesses. Really? Look, I'm here for some backstory, guys. But Ami didn't play a ton of sports. Isn't really the backstory stuff I'm looking for right now. What? And then, by the power of backstory! But you know you're faster than pretty much everybody. Separate reason to be happy to see you with somebody else is we only really got to see that so far in the episode where you were handcuffed to Usagi. And, just different pairings in general is a good thing. I actually wouldn't mind this to be the whole episode, and the next episode is a different pairing. You can't just do nothing, right? Wait, they were arguing about it! Girl! Yeah, I think she can kind of make shadows of herself, so probably. She looked kind of goofy landing like that. Been a while since this move has done anything. It is some fabulous hair. I'm not sure they'd want to harm it. Everything else, though. I do wish. I know now that apparently, uh, Uranus and Neptune were in the manga for the whole Dead Moon Circus deal. But I wish here that Nehelenia would be like, "Who are you guys?" 1, 2, 3, 4. There were less of you last time. I did a lot of math growing up. Nehelenia is just like, what? You will not defeat us! Those are two unrelated things. She's just like, okay, take your time. You know, you could have just more properly attacked her, rather than whatever tickling you're doing right now. Yeah, obviously this is gonna go her way, but this is silly. Maybe we take this to mean that Nehelenia is pretty darn split up right now. Maybe she can't attack at full power. Uh, This goes a long way beyond the usual rule of just letting an enemy attack. It's like, I'm gonna let you do your math over here. It is a double, okay. At least that makes sense, the level of weakness there. You You did say the thing about the hair on your head. Oh dear. Oh dear. Mr. Fantastic Arms aren't doing you any good here. But does it at least sap your energy a bit to have to imprison these two more directly? This is exactly what I'm talking about. They gave those two proper time to have their own story. I still think Ami's backstory was a little silly, but I still like that we got it. They paired Michiru with the one who was most like Haruka. In terms of general personality, which none of them really are all that much like her. Meh! Obviously, we know the gimmick at this point. Wait, you're doing these one at a time? Well, that's not very creative. I put up a wall of fire. Yeah, it is an ordeal, damn. I don't really know how to deal with that. If only we weren't with the one water person, if we discount Ami being a nebulous water person, more of an illusion-based water than anything. However the hell her powers work. Not to mention putting it up against the one fire person, like, wait. Your wall of fire is very poorly conceived, like, there better be more to this than that. Because I think the water and the fire person are both gonna be fine for different reasons. Next time.